Chevy is currently rebranding its entire SUV lineup with sporty exterior looks and off-road goodies. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. And in this video, I have the 2025 Chevy Equinox RS AWD. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple of differences versus its predecessor, go over all of its different features, take it on a drive, and give you guys my final verdict. But you know what? It does have a remote start, so we're going to lock the doors, hit the key fob twice. Boom! There we go. But now, let's go ahead, drum roll, get into this review. Woo! Looking on the outside of the 2025 Chevy Equinox RS AWD. This is your key fob with lock, unlock, your remote start feature, tailgate release and panic button with the Chevy bow tie logo on the back of the key fob. As equipped, this vehicle is $39,915, dressed in a Reef Blue exterior on a Black EvoTex Interior with red accents. Now this particular version does have the safety and tech package for $1,085, which does include LED fog lights and additional driver assist technology. Also, this one does have the Convenience 3 package for $950, which does include ventilated front seats, heated rear seats. You also have a memory driver seat and 8-way power seat adjustments for the passenger side. Now looking over here at your front end fascia, you have a full LED headlight setup right here with the LED DRLs, which do double as your turn signals, and LED low and high beams further down below, and also some LED fog lights right here. You have your Chevy bow tie logo front and center with your HD surround view camera system just below, as well as your RS badging, meaning this is the sporty and most aggressive version of the Equinox. Now coming over here to the wheels, we have a 19-inch carbon flash wheel wrapped in a all-season tire. Equinox is spelled out right here on the front door. You have blacked out mirror caps right here with the LED turn signals and side view camera system just below. Keyless entry is for the front door handles right here. Check out the description below for all information, options, and features of this particular version right here. You have blacked out roof racks up top. Now this one does have the Panoramic Sunroof package for $1,495. Speaking of dimensions, it's 183.2 inches long from nose to tail. Also over here on the driver's side, you have a 15.6 gallon gas tank. Coming around to the rear end design, you have a full LED taillight setup back here for your LED brake lights, turn signals, as well as reverse lights. All the badging is blacked out, as this is the sporty trim right here. Opening the tailgate, which is powered. Behind the second row seats, you'll find 29.8 cubic feet of space. When you do fold down the second row seats, which folds in a 60-40 split right there, that will expand to 63.5 cubic feet. You have LED illumination on both sides, as well as a 12-volt charger right here. Your carpeted floor mats with your front license plate bracket right there. Some tie downs for your cargo are right here on the outsides of the tailgates. You guys have a little bit more storage further down below, and a temporary 17-inch spare tire. Closing the tailgate, you can use the button up top. But now let me show you guys under the hood where all the action happens in the new Equinox. Under the hood of this Equinox, you have a 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder, which makes 175 horsepower and 203 pound-foot of torque. It uses an 8-speed automatic transmission for this all-wheel drive version. If you go for front-wheel drive, you'll use a CVT transmission. You get 24 city, 29 highway, and 26 combined, with a curb weight of 3,629 pounds. This is a EcoTec inline 4-cylinder. Let me get a 3/4 front shot. Boom. But now, let's hit the interior where all the action happens. Of course, we are going to start in the back seats to check out the rear seat accommodations. Sitting by myself at 5'6", I have about 4.5 inches of legroom. As far as headroom goes, I have about 2.5 to 3 inches of headroom back here. Very good accommodations. Speaking of amenities back here, you have your window controls. It's only automatic for the driver, window only. You have 3-stage heated outboard seats in the back. Air vents right here with 2 USB-C ports further down below. As you see, the panoramic sunroof just gives you an airy feeling inside of the cabin. Here's a quick look to the cockpit. Boom. But now, let's hit the driver's seat where all the action happens in the new Equinox. So let's go. Hitting the cockpit of the new Equinox, this is a Black EvoTex Interior. You have 8-way power seat adjustments for both the driver and front passenger, for your power bottom support, back support, and a 2-way lumbar support right there. You also have a manual tilt telescoping steering column. Over here on the door panels, you have a 2-person memory setting right there for the driver, as well as all your window and mirror controls further down below, with your tailgate release right here. Your hood release is right there. You have a couple of shortcut buttons over here on the dashboard for your electronic parking brake, as well as your all-wheel drive settings, auto hold function, auto start stop defeat, as well as your cluster illumination right here. Hopping inside of the interior, you have this 3-spoke steering wheel, which is heated with this button right here. You can change all your media and cluster settings right over here on my right-hand side, with all of my drive assist tech and low drive mode right here, over here on the left-hand side. You have paddle shifters behind the wheels, with your wiper controls, as well as your gear shifter over here on this side. Now look a little bit more in depth at this 11-inch cluster right here. You can use these buttons right here to toggle between all your various functions. So if I toggle up right there, you can also pull up your media settings right there, as with your audio source for your Apple CarPlay, USB stuff, and so on for your podcast and all that stuff right there. If I change the page button right there, I can change the gauge layout. We'll leave it on Apple CarPlay. There we go. So you have this kind of Google Map view right there. It really gives you like this cockpit kind of vibe where you have the navigation right here in your line of sight. You can go to a driver assist view right here with my media over on my right-hand side. And you have like your RPM and tach and stuff over on my left-hand side. A clean view right there. You can go back to like a more classic view with your speedo, as well as your tach, your media functions, and like date and time over on your left-hand side. And back to navigation. Now looking over here at the infotainment, this is a 11.3-inch diagonal infotainment system. Now before I talk a little bit more about all the features under here, let me show you guys the backup camera with the gear shifter right here. So you push up for reverse. Well, you do have a 360 camera with trajectory lines. As you can see, it has a full 360 view all around the vehicle. Go to a front view, you have your back view. You go to a zoom view right there, up top for the front and back, as with your side view on the mirror camera mirrors on both sides. You can also pull up a 360 view right there, up top, and you can also activate and deactivate your trajectory lines right there. Basically go down for drive and push for park right there. Now look a little bit more at this infotainment system right here. As stated before, a 11.3-inch diagonal cluster. You have your volume control right there. Now it does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. So let's try a quick audio test. It does have a 6-speaker sound system. Now, as far as the audio test goes, I have to say it definitely isn't a Bose sound system where you get like that nice bass and sound quality. I think that would definitely be a nice addition to this new Equinox, especially in this top trim right here. But going back to your home page, you have all your vehicle status, Google Assistant stuff. Now, keep in mind the whole infotainment is powered by Google now. You have your Apple CarPlay stuff, your camera button right there, a shortcut button for that. Hey Alexa functions. You have a couple of vehicle setups right there. For your vehicle notifications, connections, you can change all of your driver assist functions and climate controls under this mode right here. So this is where you can find all your Chevy driver assist technology. Comfort and convenience stuff right there for your, like your wireless phone charger, auto wipe for the wipers in the back, and so on. Light settings, remote start stuff, and all that. You also have your system updates and system adjustments and stuff under this menu right here to get everything to your liking. Going back to your home page right there, you also have your climate control settings, which as you have physical buttons further down below, you also have some stuff right here inside of this infotainment, which you can change and configure. Wi-Fi hotspot stuff right there. As you can see, the Apple CarPlay stuff. You have your audio stuff, as well as Google Maps. So let's try a quick audio test. Navigation test. Man. As you see, navigation is very quick and easy to find a prompt with no problem at all. But going back to your home page right here, you have your phone settings, control settings right there. There's a shortcut button for like your LED fog lights, parking sensors, traction control functions, auto high beams, a shortcut button for your camera system, as well as like your illumination inside of the cabin, as well as my Chevy apps right there for all your various different vehicle functions. Podcast stuff and news stuff is right over here on this side. Now looking further down below, you have your push button start with a dual zone climate control right here. You have 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. Heated steering wheel button is literally on the steering, which is very cool. I like that feature for sure. And all your stuff right there. You do have 2 USB-C ports. One is a USB-C port for connectivity and charging to the infotainment system. One is a USB-A port for connectivity and charging, as well to the infotainment system. You have a little spot right there for some more storage. Right here is your wireless phone charger. My phone is just charging up and chilling. No problem at all. This right here controls your drive modes right here. So you see right here it's labeled mode. You guys can see that. You can change various different drive modes right here. So you have a snow ice mode, a off-road mode, and basically a normal mode for everyday driving. You also have 2 cup holders that are a pretty good size right here in the center console, with a little more storage right there, and some more storage right here. I kind of do like this little red trim. It really just signifies that it's sporty and aggressive, and it's kind of like a nice throwback to kind of like retro cars and stuff. You have a glove box, which is a pretty good size. And up top, you do have a digital camera mirror right here, which really aids with visibility. You can obviously go to a regular mode right there. And you can change all your settings right here with the buttons under the little mirror. You have all your OnStar stuff up top for all of your SOS telematics stuff with your hazard button up here. And you also have all of your LED illumination and your panoramic sunroof controls right here, which really does give you an airy feeling inside of the cabin. But now, let's go ahead and take the new Equinox for a drive and see how it does in the real world. So let's go. First, setting up behind the wheel of the new 2025 Equinox. Speaking of visibility out the front, rear, and sides, I can see very good over the hood, outside the side mirrors, and even out the back. Visibility is aided even more with this digital camera, which really comes in clutch with rearward visibility, especially if you have cargo out back. Now the 8-speed automatic is very smooth shifting as we first set off. Keep in mind when you do go for the front wheel drive version, you will have a CVT transmission. Now, first things first, speaking of ride quality, you do have a McPherson strut suspension up front with a 4-link rear suspension out back. Now, I'm going to show you guys the auto start stop as we have nobody behind us because it is so smooth and seamless. And boom, it just fires right back up. Now this powertrain, dubbed the EcoTec, is a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder, which makes 175 horsepower with 203 pound-foot of torque. Now speaking of seat comfort, it is great. I do have the Convenience 3 package on this particular tester right here, which does have heated and cooled seats with memory driver's seat and heated outboard rear seats. Now keep in mind, heated seats and heated steering wheel are standard, as is adaptive cruise control on all trims. Now I'm going to try a quick acceleration when we get up to the straight line right here, so we can try it out. A quick 0 to 60 test. Right now we're in this low drive mode, and we'll just give it a little brake boost. And there's 60 miles an hour. Now, as far as 0 to 60 goes, I have to say it has adequate acceleration, more than enough for daily driving while getting great MPG. This one, as equipped, is rated to get 24 city, 29 highway, and 26 combined. Now, speaking about the technology aspect, this 11-inch cluster right here in my line of sight, this is in its more traditional view right here. You can obviously go to a Google map view, so you have like this kind of cockpit view. And you go back to your driver assist view, and you just have a minimalistic view right there. We'll leave it in its driver assist view so we can hit the highway and try out the Chevy safety assist technology. Now, it does have paddles behind the wheel. That is a lovely 663 to go through all 8 gears. Yep, definitely more than enough acceleration. Now going out of its low drive mode right here, sitting on the highway, I'm gonna throw in the adaptive cruise control as we have a test dummy in front of us. So we'll go ahead, we'll set our speed. And we'll change our following distance right here. You can go all the way out to 3 or all the way down to 1. I think 2 is the perfect middle ground, so you're not following too close or too far. It uses the cameras up top as well as the sensor on the bumper to follow the traffic in front of it. And I have to say it does a great job of that. Have a fellow Chevy driver. That's a Silverado right there in front of us. You also have lane keeping assist, so if I veer over a bit, it will give you a little bit more like a shimmy in the steering wheel and pull you back over. Here we go, we'll turn that back off. Now, obviously part of the Chevy driver assist or safety assist technology, you have the blind spot information, the lane keeping assist with steer assist, and all other various different functions. You can obviously pull all that up when you go into your vehicle setups right here in the infotainment, under vehicle, and under your collision/detection systems right here. You can find all your automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, your vibration, steering feel, and so on under that menu right there. You also do have your 360 camera, which is very clear and crisp. Like I talked about in the Walkaround, you can go full 360 view on all 4 corners of the vehicle right here in all these various different angles, front, back, side, a zoomed in view right over there on that side as well. Now, speaking about the infotainment itself, this is a 11.3-inch diagonal cluster right here. Now, you do have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which is one of the biggest gripes of the Blazer EV that I reviewed a while back. I really hated that it didn't have the wireless CarPlay and connectivity and so on. Now, that goes through a 6-speaker audio system. The audio system is okay, it's probably average, I would say, but obviously there's nothing like a Bose system in the mainstream segment. I say this in all of my videos. There is nothing like a Bose system. The amount of bass and sound quality that you do get when sitting here inside of this cabin. Let's go back to the main traditional view right there. Now, keep in mind, the whole infotainment system is powered by Google Maps, so everything is like Google Map based. I can put up a navigation view right here and get like that cockpit feel like I talked about a second ago. Just so cool. My heated steering wheel button is also right here on the steering wheel. So you literally have everything in your line of sight that you ever want. And the auto start stop is just so smooth just sitting here. This panoramic sunroof up top also just gives you an airy feeling inside your cabin. I do have it open right now on this partly cloudy day, and just really just opens up this cabin with this black interior right here. You also have like these little red accents right there, kind of like this retro look from like old school cars and stuff, like the little patterns. I think that's pretty cool. Also, what's impressive too with this Equinox is the turning radius. A very tight turning radius. I'm just throwing the Dapper Cruise again so we can just chill behind this CRV, the competition. Now, what if you want to make a quick pass? Let's check out the passing power. Yep, that's definitely pretty good passing power for sure. Now, as we get a little bit closer to the dealership, let me get into the conclusion of what I think overall about the new Equinox. Now, exterior styling is definitely an A+. I do like the aggressive look that you get, the more chiseled front end design, and you also have like all the LED lighting and so on right here with this version right here. Now, if you want to have a little bit more customization, you obviously can get a 20-inch wheel as a separate option. But all the technology is great overall with the dual 11-inch displays. You have all the stuff you ever want as far as the technology aspect goes. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have like a better sound system for the money. I think a Bose sound system would really suit this cabin very well. And I think that's basically about it. This one right here does have the convenience 3 package. So you have the heated cool seats, the memory driver's seat, heated rear seats, and you also have the safety and tech package. So you have like all the extra additional driver assist tech, and you also have LED fog lights. But I have to say, look at that, the auto start stop is just so smooth sitting here at the light. But yeah, that's all I have to say though about the new Equinox as a whole. I like the way it drives, you know, smooth, and obviously you just get majority of the tech you ever want in a vehicle like this. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap up this video as the Chevy dealership is right over the horizon. Just over the horizon. All right, you know, I can't sing. Who am I kidding? Man, you know, I just love doing this YouTube thing, just having a good time over here. But yeah. Let's see if we can demonstrate that auto start stop one more time. Smooth, look at that. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap up this video. This is Chris signing out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.